Hello there, welcome to this week's episode of Our Report. This program is proudly brought to you by Gore Company Limited, Ghana Revenue Authority and the Serene Insurance Company Limited. Our media partner is the Business and Financial Times. In this edition, we seek to know the way forward after the handing over of the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat to the AU Commission. So, Our Report engaged Louis Yao Afo, the Executive Director of the AFTAC Policy Network, Ziad Hamwi, the National President of the Borderless Alliance Ghana, and Emmanuel Doni Kwame, the Secretary General of the International Chamber of Commerce Ghana, to discuss the issue further. Take a listen.
The President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, has handed over the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area to the African Union Commission ahead of the implementation of the Continental Trade Agreement. Ghana won the bid to host the Secretariat of the AFCFTA in July 2019 during the 12th African Union Extraordinary Summit in Niamey, Niger, where African leaders selected Ghana as the host country for the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Ghana was chosen from a shortlist of 7 countries including Egypt, Eswatini, Ethiopia, Kenya, Madagascar, and Senegal. The colorful handing over ceremony held in Accra at the new Secretariat facility situated around the Ridge Runabout was attended by the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, former presidents of Ghana, His Excellency Musa Faki, Chairperson of the African Union Commission, and the Secretary General of the AFCFTA, among many other dignitaries. Speaking on Our Report prior to the handing over of the AFCFTA Secretariat to the African Union Commission, some trade experts raised some key concerns regarding the next steps necessary to ensure a successful implementation of the Intra-African Trade Agreement. Trade practitioner and the Executive Director of the AFCFTA Policy Network, Louis Yao Afo, praised the historic milestone Ghana has attained with the hosting of the Secretariat, calling it the first major Pan-African institution hosted in the country.
At the end of the day, Ghana paid it for, and Ghana won.
Yeah.
And Ghana has shown that commitment by its infrastructure provision.
Yeah.
And Ghana met all the criteria for hosting.
He highlighted that the policy guiding the setting up of the Secretariat in Ghana enables Ghanaians to enjoy significant local content participation in employment and other benefits such as capacity building, intellectual exchange, academic development, etc.
Sectoral benefits.
Yeah.
Like hosting it here. There are a lot of regional meetings, aviation industry. Right now we know that Ethiopia is having a 60-40 agreement with government, which I'm not sure whether it has been finalized. So there's going to be that liberalization of institutions and partnerships between private sector, government to private sector, and private sector to government.
However, Louis Afo raised concerns over the current dilemma facing the Ghana government on deciding the appropriate timeline for the opening of borders amid the coronavirus pandemic. He proposed that the government should deploy some mitigating interventions which will ensure that workers of the Secretariat come in safely.
I think that we have to put the mitigation factors first. Because if you look at the other countries, other continents, what they are doing, like UK, they set up all their, what do you call it, quarantine process and everything for people coming in.
The National President of the Borderless Alliance, Ziad Hamwi, outlined the many benefits Ghanaians and economic operators of all backgrounds would enjoy from the setting up of the AFCFTA Secretariat in Ghana.
On the level of the average economic operator in Ghana who's asking, what's in this for me? You know that the African Continental Free Trade Agreement will open up the single market for goods that are produced locally, and then it will open up the opportunity to export these goods duty-free eventually to other countries, including neighboring countries.
He, however, expressed that the silver lining and the delay for implementation due to the current health crisis is that governments can have the time to improve the quality and diversification of production of goods in member countries in preparation towards intra-continental trading.
It has also created the opportunity to start working on enhancing the quality of some of our production when it has to do with personal protective equipment and liquid soaps and sanitizers, for example. And I think from this point, there's a silver lining in the fact that AFCFTA delay has resulted in some kind of benefits.
Touching on the easing of border restrictions, he revealed that relevant ministries of ECOWAS member states have been engaged on such protocols, but he raised concern over activities that are threatening synchronization.
I would have wished that the various countries in the ECOWAS region would have moved together on that particular front. Unfortunately, for the past few weeks, because of the delay with the meetings of the heads of state in order to direct how all countries should go together, there has been a few birds that have broken from the flock. So you have countries like Cote d'Ivoire, for example, that has announced already its airports opening.
The Secretary General for the International Chamber of Commerce Ghana, Emmanuel Donikwame, on the same program expressed that aside a theoretical framework, there is an enormous volume of work the Secretariat has to engage in on the ground to ensure a successful implementation.
There's a lot of work, and that's how come I made mention that as negotiations do go on, there may be the need to set up some institutions to look at not just technical working groups, but you turn the technical working groups into proper institutions that will have to do.
He listed issues surrounding rules of origin, tariff, e-commerce, among others, that need immediate addressing, and called for the setting up of sub-institutions to address these specific issues so that the continent can take advantage from the lessons learned from the European Union. The head of ICC Ghana also called for the harmonization of the various customs systems for efficient movement of goods. Emmanuel Donikwame appealed for ongoing negotiations within the agreement to incorporate the e-commerce industry, where he proposed harmonized communication rates that will positively impact the businesses of young African entrepreneurs.
As a result, I will ask that those items on the agenda, when they have in negotiations or meetings, they bring issues to do with a harmonized regulation or a framework for investment in communication infrastructure, so that at least the cost of data will come down.
The executive director of the AFCFTA policy network, Louis Yao Afo, expressed extreme concern over the non-ratification of Nigeria and some North African countries to the AFCFTA and how that would stifle the vision of having one continental market.
So we are expecting that most of the major players, Nigeria and other big economies, feel that condition. Another group of people, the Arab Maghreb, they contribute about, if I'm correct, about 50% of the budget of EU.
Yeah.
But none of them have ratified. None. They've signed, but they've not ratified at all, and that is also a serious concern.
Ziad Hamoui, Borderless Alliance, elaborated on the reasons for Nigeria's non-conformance, citing the inadequate consultation with the private sector as key.
As Louis was saying earlier, it's a question of actually discussing and engaging
to get the people along.
With not just people, with those who matter, with the decision makers, with the representatives of civil society, of private enterprises,
trade unions,
of the SMEs, the trade unions, the organized private associations, those who group the numbers of economic operators in the countries.
Emmanuel Donikwame opined that a successful single market in Africa cannot be experienced without the participation of Nigeria. Hence, he called for all possible interventions to be taken up to bring Nigeria on board.
I can't foresee a single market in Africa without Nigeria.
Okay.
Because Nigeria constitutes a bigger portion of that single market. So steps needs to be taken to get Nigeria on board.
He continued to empathize with Nigeria's worry over how they would benefit from the trade initiative.
I understand Nigeria. It's a similar situation with China. They really built their capacity before joining the WTO. They made sure they were up to speed before joining, because they believe they will definitely be the target for almost every country.
But Louis Yao Afo cautioned the consequences of Nigeria taking an over-protectionist route.
In free trade, it's not about how big your market is. Because remember, it's what you have negotiated. Because look, you should look at the total performance of the economy. And you realize that if you're not careful, what you think that you're running away from competition, you cannot overbe protectionism for a very long time.
The panelists in turns debated on the conflicts arising from the GIPC law that does not allow foreigners to engage in retail business in Ghana vis-a-vis that of the laws of ECOWAS.
I know there is a reason for grief for some of these traders. And I know that the freedom of establishment, the freedom of abode, the freedom of movement are embedded into the ECOWAS treaty. But then we get into the gray areas because the various countries say that various countries' regulations have to be respected by whichever traders which are trading in their domain.
Okay.
And so in Ghana, Nigerians say that we are supposed to be, the rules and restrictions in Ghana are too high. Now this is something I give them credit for.
I've seen a draft ECOWAS investment policy, and the same we need an ECOWAS trade policy. And then based on that, at least once it's harmonized, it's not just even the policy, even our standards.
Ghanaians and their African counterparts were, however, encouraged to collaborate to produce goods and services as opposed to being overprotective of their own investment platforms. The official commissioning and handing over of the Secretariat witnessed speeches and addresses from the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration and Minister of Trade and Industry.
The case for an integrated market for Africa has never been in doubt, in spite of the skepticism that has been associated with it. The most developed regions of the world are, incidentally, the regions also with a high level of market integration.
The President of the Republic, Nana Akufo-Addo, welcomed the new Secretary General to Ghana.
We welcome the newly elected first Secretary General of the Secretariat, Mr. Wamkele Kebetwe Mene, and his family to Ghana. I know that he is fully aware of the enormous task ahead of him and his colleagues who will be managing the Secretariat.
The chairperson of the African Union Commission also commended Ghana for the immense role being played to ensure that the vision of the continental integration becomes a reality.
Not finish without applauding African trade ministers, including Minister Alan Keratin here today, whose strong contribution, I remember, together with Foreign Minister Shirley Bush, was critical not only to Ghana's victory to host the AFCFTA Secretariat, but also for the success of the entire process.
The first Secretary General of the AFCFTA paid great tribute to the heads of assemblies and Ghanaian governments for their support. He bemoaned the low patronage of intra-African trade and expressed hope for a turnaround of events.
My election in February 2020, His Excellency Musa Faki Mohammed and his team provided me with the resources and the support that I needed during the period that I was at Addis Ababa, waiting to transition to Accra.
In other stories, the Quality and Quantity Services Limited, in collaboration with the TEMA, has commissioned a new weighbridge facility in TEMA. This will actually help in facilitating the measurement of cargo carted on trucks to meet the approved weight standard in the country. Watch this.
The Quality and Quantity Services Limited, in collaboration with the TEMA Metropolitan Assembly, has commissioned a new weighbridge facility in TEMA, which is aimed at facilitating the measurement of cargo carted on trucks to meet the approved weight standard in the country. The entire truck parking facility, which is situated very near the TEMA port terminals, in addition to the in-house weighbridge, would also include an administrative area, round-the-clock security, CC cameras, driver's sitting area, hygienic washrooms, and free drinking water to drivers. At a colorful ceremony to commission the weighbridge, the General Executive Manager of Kingdom Exim Group of Companies, which is the parent company of Q&Q Services, Iftin Arthur Afari, said the Kingdom Group is committed to expanding its portfolio to bring about development in not only the agricultural and manufacturing industry, but also the import, export and logistics industry of Ghana.
We also have Q&Q, the reason why you and I are here today, where we are here to commission the weighbridge service, which is into weighbridge service, laboratory, cargo inspection, fumigation, and what have you.
The director of the Port of TEMA, Sandra Opoku, said, with the Port of TEMA recording about 17 million metric tons of cargo throughput in 2019, such an infrastructure would only go a long way to complement the efforts of the port for safe transportation of cargo across the nation.
We are happy to support any logistics platform, any infrastructure, anything that will aid in trade facilitation from the ship side right into the hinterlands. And this weighing bridge by Kingdom Exim Group of Companies is one of such facilities. It is to complement what we already have on the port.
The CEO of the Meridian Port Services, Mohammed Samara, added that the weighbridge facility is a laudable initiative as Ghana seeks to champion the safe transportation of goods across the African continent, especially with the advent of the African Continental Free Trade Area.
We are looking to not create an administrative headquarters for this massive trade zone, but also to create an industrial city here in TEMA that will support the whole entire continent and trade with the whole continent out of this facility. And such initiatives definitely is coming to support that.
The Metropolitan Chief Executive of TEMA, Felix Ni Ananla, said the collaboration between the Kingdom Exim Group and his outfit is a demonstration of the government's vision of leveraging the private sector for national development, and added that this infrastructure would benefit the TEMA metropolis immensely.
The president's drive is to empower the private sector and to make it the fulcrum of Ghana's industrialization. It is an undeniable fact that the underpinning of every economic growth at the local level depend largely on the business environment.
The Deputy Minister of Transport, Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, who doubles as the Member of Parliament for Tema East, said the facility has come at an opportune time to help the Transport Ministry's efforts to ensure safe movements of people and goods. He further called for efficient collaboration among stakeholders to ensure that the weighbridge facility is put to good use.
17 million tons of cargo, waterborne cargo, containerized cargo, general cargo, definitely they have to go through the roads. It means that TMA, with your partnership with Q&Q services, you have a duty, you have a task to make sure that you have to project how you're going to direct traffic on this stretch of the road to make this facility function.
The guest speaker and Minister for Works and Housing, Samuel Atachia, praised the holistic efforts of the Kingdom Exim Group of Companies towards the socio-economic development of Ghana and expressed faith that the 10 million Ghana cedis investment in this project will bring about many benefits to the logistics industry of the country.
There is nothing which excites me more than any infrastructure that will help the nation. I am educated that even for the phase one of this beginning point, a whopping 10 million Ghana cedis has been sunk into this project.
Iron Port returns after this break.
Every now and again, GOIL makes good things happen. This time, GOIL has introduced Super XP Ron 95, a higher grade fuel loaded with additives and yet sold at the same price as normal fuel. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 enhances engine performance like never before. It maintains the engine by keeping it clean from carbon deposits. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 is designed to burn slowly and thus improves fuel economy, making you save money after several kilometers. GOIL Super XP Ron 95 gives you a smooth driving experience, that is, less vibrations. Fill up with GOIL Super XP Ron 95. Now there's no need to pay more for any higher grade fuel. GOIL has that sorted. GOIL, good energy.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Oh, how are you?
Hi Yvonne, a few words please. Everyone is talking about the fire at your production house last week. How are you holding up? Has production stalled?
No, not at all. My crew and everyone on my set is perfectly fine because I insure with Serene Insurance. As a matter of fact, I've had all my equipment replaced, including the vehicles that were affected. My workers have been sorted out. Even my production downtime has been covered. So it's all good. I have a meeting to attend to, so I have to get going. Sorry about that.
Which insurance company did you mention?
Serene Insurance, the new face of insurance, a member of First Sky Group.
Sa coronavirus yare no yare a sign pa. So obi nya bi na se opo wagu so ana se obinti gu so a utumenya yare ni bi.
Okadi ni bahani onaka oyehila ekoji. Ohe banye do. Oba wulo. Ogo bahunu. Oba chine. O jamba wohe. Oba na sen kaka. Mekme musunchon. Mekme nuni enihe.
Coronavirus infection, the symptoms can range from mild, one of it being asymptomatic. Asymptomatic just means that you may not have any symptoms at all, and the disease process can gradually worsen to be a severe form, the severest being ultimately death.
We are expected to sanitize our hands when our hands are not visibly soiled or you can't really see dirt on your hands. If you can see dirt on your hands, the best thing to do is to wash your hands with soap and the running water.
If you're using any of the cloth face masks, always make sure you have a rubber bag ready to receive it when you remove it, or you have a bowl of warm soapy water in which you can place the mask and wash. Wash your mask, dry in the hot sun for at least 5 hours, and apply heat by way of ironing.
Utiliser les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi, c'est avoir un traitement rapide et sécurisé de vos marchandises diverses en conteneurs, en sac ou en vrac, ainsi que tous vos véhicules en transit. Le Ghana a construit un parking bien pavé pour tous les véhicules en transit. Une nouvelle gare frigorifique pour le stockage de la marchandise congelée en transit. Avec un nouveau centre de traitement de données construit et la mise en œuvre efficace d'un guichet unique national qui permet aux données d'être accessibles par tous les intervenants, le traitement des dossiers dans les ports du Ghana est maintenant efficace et plus efficient. Utiliser les ports du Ghana, c'est profiter des systèmes de portes électroniques et d'exploitation des terminaux ainsi que de la réservation des navires en ligne, entraînant ainsi un parc de camions fiable pour un acheminement de vos marchandises dans les brefs délais avec un suivi satellitaire jusqu'à nos frontières.
Les femmes, à vous les honneurs.
Les ports de TEMA et de Takoradi célèbrent la femme. Que les bienfaits de cette célébration apportent plus de bénédictions.
Welcome back from the break. Let's take the international port news.
Mauritius Prime Minister Pravin Jugnauth has declared a state of environmental emergency after Wakashu, a Japanese bulker that ran aground off the coast of the island nation, began spilling oil. Jugnauth said that the sinking of the vessel represents a danger for the people of Mauritius, according to the Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, as its starboard side bunker tank has been breached due to the bad weather and constant pounding over the past few days. The capsized bulk carrier is now leaking tons of diesel and bunker fuel into the Indian Ocean. At least 1,000 tons of fuel is believed to have leaked into the ocean so far. Crew members kidnapped in early July in a pirate attack on the BW offshore-owned FPSO Sanjay Birch have been released. The pirate attack happened on 2nd July 2020, some 30 nautical miles southwest from Bonny Island, Nigeria. BW Offshore said in a statement on July 2 that 9 Nigerian nationals had been kidnapped in the attack. None of those remaining on board had suffered physical injuries.
Schedules of vessels that have berthed within the port, those at anchorage and those expected in the coming week, including the Bank of Ghana exchange rate next. Keep sending in your comments and Iron Port is ready to assist you.
Yasir Sani asks, please, I would like to know, if the AFCFTA is implemented, will there be a visa free to all African countries? As it stands, Yasir, there isn't any such free visa that is open to everyone, but the experts predict a similar arrangement in the future. Nisaki asks, what's the final decision on salvage cars? Mr. Saki, as it stands, the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority says it will not allow into the country importation of cars that have been defined according to the Customs Amendment Act 2020 as salvaged or do not have clean title by the 1st of November 2020.
That's it for this week's episode of Iron Port. Thank you for watching and thanks to the entire crew.